Appreciate it. I know a lot of the students here and around the country are thinking about becoming entrepreneurs at some point in your lives. I'm here to tell you that there's no reason to wait. I'm here to tell you that now is the time, and that you're at the right place at the right time. That's totally different than it was for me when I was a freshman at Williams College 25 years ago. There I am in my rugby jersey with my Dart trophy thinking I have it all figured out. I had no idea that I would become one of these crazy people that would end up starting company after company. That's because there was no vocabulary for entrepreneurship at my college back then. It wasn't in the air. There was no support. There was no mentorship. And just to give you an example, this is what the faculty looked like at Williams College back then. Imagine going up to one of these guys and saying, I want to start a company. Can you help me? It would be tantamount to saying, can you teach me how to rob a bank? So that just didn't go on. Amazingly, we still had a good time at Williams, but a lot of us went from situations like this after 4 years to situations like this. And then sadly, a lot of us ended up in situations like this and are still there, working on stuff that means nothing to you, that you don't care about, not pursuing something you're deeply passionate about, and I think it's a real shame. Another thing that occurs to me is that this is one thing that hasn't changed in 25 years. Now, don't get me wrong. If you're a student and you know what you want to do and you want to get a job or you want to go to grad school, that's wonderful. But if you're one of these people that thinks they want to be an entrepreneur, there's no reason you have to end up like this. A lot has changed in the 25 years. The internet, cloud computing, open source software. It's never been less expensive to start a company in world history. You have that going for you. Secondly, the New York ecosystem is on fire. If you subscribe to Gary's Guide, every Monday morning you can get an email in your inbox telling you about every single tech event, entrepreneurial event on campus or off campus for the entire week. You can go to events, breakfast, lunch, and dinner at night. General Assembly, incubators, accelerators, venture firms, angel investors. It's never been this hot. And you can throw yourself into this community, and it's a very warm and welcoming community, and find out what's going on and what's available to you. The third thing that's really changed is that universities are actually trying to help their students learn about entrepreneurship. That's completely different than it was for me. Every one of these schools and organizations up here has an entrepreneurship program. And this is true around the country. I call it the tidal wave of university entrepreneurship. There are communities and clubs galore, like Columbia Venture Community and ADI, that you can join. The other great thing that's happened is that the school has come together and harnessed all this in a portal, entrepreneurship.columbia.edu. So if you're a student or an alumnus or anyone interested in entrepreneurship on campus, you can come here and find out, where do I get entrepreneur office hours? Where do I get mentorship? Where do I find about speaker series on campus? It's all here, one place. Another good thing is that the professors are a lot cooler now. These are the founders of Hack New York. It's an organization dedicated to getting students exposure to the startup community instead of going to Wall Street. I think the best way to illustrate this for you is to tell you a quick story, and it is a Columbia story. There was a student here by the name of Ryan Bubinski a couple years ago. Many of you may know him. He started a club called Application Development Initiative, ADI. It was a bunch of coders and hackers, and they got together and they were learning from each other, but they did something extraordinary. They started putting on awesome events, and they invited venture capitalists and entrepreneurs from the entrepreneurial community of the city and beyond. They put on week-long hackathons. Something interesting happened. They got to know each other. They developed friendships. Keep that in mind. At about this time, another student showed up on campus by the name of Zach Sims. And he really launched himself into the entrepreneurship community of this city. In doing so and going to all these events and meeting people, he got a job at Dropio, which we all know sold to Facebook. Because of the experiences he had there and the connections that he made, he ended up getting a job at GroupMe, which we know sold to Skype. In the summers, he was working for AOL Ventures, getting to know everyone in the venture capital community. And of course, he was a member of Ryan's club, ADI. It's no surprise that they met each other and decided to start a company. They were inspired. They had a great mission in mind. They applied to perhaps the most elite accelerator in the world, Y Combinator, and they were accepted. They spent the summer there, and they emerged with Codecademy, this colossus that in 72 hours got 200,000 users and has quintupled since then. And they have people from almost every country in the world using their site with the grand mission of teaching the entire world how to code. Pretty extraordinary. These two guys are pursuing their passion and their vision together. They are beginning an incredible adventure. Who knows where it will lead, but they're incredibly excited about it. Actually, this story is not unique. If you look at the companies on this slide, these are household names. Every one of them was started by a student or a student who had recently graduated from school. All of these companies have changed the world in some capacity. So again, I want you to take a moment while you're here in school and realize that now is the time. You will never have as much free time in your life as you do now. Most of you are probably not married, probably don't have a full-time job, and you have that wonderful .edu address, which means that everyone in the world wants to help you while you're a student, and the consequences of trying and failing are zero. And you always have the opportunity to create something that you care deeply about, that can change the world, something that you are really passionate about. So, in closing, I want to see you go from atmospheres like this, not to this, but to this. Thank you.